Once upon a time, there lived a man who was very unhappy with his life. His life was always full of sorrows, and because of this he was always sad. One day one of his friends told him that a very wise monk was staying in a nearby town for a few days. He suggested him to meet the monk for his problem. Initially the man was reluctant to meet the monk, but then he thought that there was no harm in meeting the monk. So he decided to meet the monk. Next day the man went to see the monk at his place. When the man entered the room, he saw that the monk had just finished his meditation and was sitting peacefully on a simple cloth mat. The man bore down to him and sat in front of him. Then he said, "Sir, my life is full of sorrows." Then he told the list of problems he had to the monk one by one. Then the man said, "Sir, I have so many problems in my life that due to which I am always sad. Please give me some solution." After that the man became silent and started waiting for the monk to speak. The monk looked at the man with compassion, thought for a moment, and then he said, "My friend, can you tell me how many red colors are in this room?" The man was surprised to hear this from the monk. He was thinking that I'm asking for solution for my problem, and this monk is asking me unnecessary questions. But still unwillingly he looked around the room, counted red colors in the room, and then said, "Sir, there are many things in this room which are having that color." Then explained, "Sir, this pillow is red, that apple is red, that mat is red, and your sleepers are also red. And apart from that there are many red color things in this room." The monk said, "Okay, now without looking anywhere, tell me how many blue colors are in this room." The man was confused listening to this. Then he said, "Sir, how can I tell you without seeing again?" "Why?" asked Zen master. Then he continued, "When you were looking for red color, did not you notice blue color?" Then the man said, "No, sir. When I was looking for red color, I was focused only on that color. Therefore I could not notice blue color in this room." Listening to this, the monk smiled and said, "My friend, this is the answer of your question. Our life is also like that. You will get what you will look for. While you were looking for red color in this room, your mind was totally focused on finding that color. You could not see any other color. There are many things in this room which are blue, but you were so much focused on red color that you could not notice it." Similarly, our life is also a combination of both happiness and sorrow. But you have focused your attention so much on the sorrows in your life that you don't see happiness in your life. Happiness and sorrows are two sides of a coin. If there is no happiness in life, then how can there be a feeling of sorrow? Similarly, if there is no sorrow in life, then how can there be a feeling of happiness? It is not that there is no happiness in your life, but you have focused your attention so much on the sorrows that you don't see the happiness in your life. Therefore, change your perspective of looking at life. Try to find moments of happiness in your life. If you focus your attention on happiness instead of sorrows, then you will find that life is full of happiness. If we see in our lives, we will find that most of the people are suffering from sorrows in their life and spending their life in sadness. But they forget that life will appear to us as we see it. If you consider life full of sorrows, then you will find life sorrowful. And if you consider life full of happiness, then you will find life full of happiness. Happiness and sorrow are both part of life. There cannot be only happiness in anyone's life, and there cannot be only sorrow in anyone's life. It is a combination of both happiness and sorrow. What matters is on what we focus our attention on. If you look for happiness in your life, you will get happiness. And if you look for sorrows, you will get sorrow. Therefore, always try to find happiness. even in the smallest things in your life. And remember that every moment that is passing by will never come back. So why not leave this moment happily, rather than being sad?